Live from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
And live from Leominster, Massachusetts.
All right.
It's the Keto Show with Tom and Mike and special guest Ron from Ron's Keto Cafe.
Well, thank you for
Hi.
having me.
I appreciate
welcome
it,
in, everybody.
Yes, welcome. Hi, Marie. Hey, Jason. We totally understand. No worries.
Yep.
We're
Okay, so
this
me,
we're gonna kind of do things a little different tonight. We normally do like an interview, but this time we've talked to Ron before, and we know his story, and it's out there on the live if y'all want to do it, and it's a wonderful story. Please check it out. Hey, Nona Grace.
I make mysteries.
So
Grace is in the house. Hello, Nona.
We're what we're going to do tonight is the three of us love to get in the kitchen and cook, and we want to just kind of talk about cooking and ideas, how we come up with ideas for recipes, and if we've got any right now that we're kind of thinking about doing.
Something totally new. You're going to be so blown away tonight.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
I found something at the grocery store today, and it's very, very new. You probably haven't even seen this, but the mini mission wraps, and they're 100% keto approved. And they're going to make 2 mini pizzas tonight in the air fryer tonight, but they're tortillas, okay? And they fit perfect in the air fryer, and you can toast them. You can make an egg sandwich. You can make a grilled cheese sandwich or whatever. And the best part, there's 0 carbs in these.
We do have them here.
Okay.
My wife eats them a lot. I eat them sometimes. I'm trying to eat a little differently but she loves them, and I cook her stuff on them all the time. Matter of fact, we had hamburgers last night, and those were the buns.
And then I bought these, and I saw those, and I said, okay, why buy? I had these before, and I really like these, but I only have these once in a while.
Right.
But I'm watching the carbs, but the other ones, if you have, one comes in at 4 carbs of each, and these come in at 0 carbs. But I had one of these a little while ago. They taste really good.
They are, as far as the taste of the keto tortillas, those are my favorite.
Right.
By far. I mean, that's just.
Tell
you what, Tom, go ahead, Tom.
Are they 0 net carbs or 0 carbs?
Let's see on the back of it. It says, it says 7 grams equals 0 net carbs. Yeah, net carbs.
See, I go by total carbs.
Okay.
Because the fiber actually, that's a controversy with a lot of people. Okay. Well, it's 7 net carbs. Then I use them. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm just waiting for a video to edit right now. I'm unbelievable the way my computer service is. Anyway, but there's 7 carbs, but there's 7 net carbs if you're following 7 net carbs. So I mean, for me to have them, 2 tacos or whatever I'm having, it's only 14 grams of carbs. So
okay,
but
go ahead.
They're fine. No, but they're perfectly fine. You know what I mean?
But if you found, starting next week on the 7th, I want to do a full week of a keto challenge where I'm just going to eat keto foods all week long, and I'm going to try it. And I'm going to do 2 meals a day. And I'm trying to look for meals that I can make and prep ahead of time. And if I'm hungry and on the go, and if I have enough carbs left in me before the end of the day, I could make a quick little pizza snack and be fine with it. Or maybe put a nice tuna wrap or something like that, would be perfect with a little bit of lettuce and maybe a slice of tomato or something like that.
See with me, it's totally different because I'm type 2 diabetic. No matter how you get it, I mean it affects me. I don't care what they say on it, net carbs or I follow total carbs, but I follow on how it raises my blood sugar. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Normal at this stage of my life, let's put it this way: at this stage of my keto world, okay, I go for either 20 below or 50 below.
Okay.
Depending on how hungry I am, if I am hungry. Some days 20 carbs is like scratching an itch that don't go away. You know what I mean?
Right.
So throughout the day, usually I go like 16 to 18 hours into a fast because I'm not hungry. I'm not that I'm fasting.
Right.
It's just when I'm hungry. All right. And a lot of times I might go later on into the evening rather than stopping at 6 or 7. I might go into 8. You know what I mean? And that raises your carb level on there. So with me, it's all about the blood sugar. Anybody who is like weight loss and stuff like that, or just trying to get a little bit healthier than not having type 2 diabetes, knock yourself out. You don't strangle yourself with, oh, I can't have that. That would be my word to everybody. You know what I mean?
Fully agree.
Yeah, and I often tell people, you know, you do you, and don't worry about what other people think or whatever, and don't try to be a keto police because nobody's going to be a keto police what I put into my mouth. I'm responsible for what I put into it. Now, most of you guys know that have been following me along. Officially, I started August 17th of 2020, but I go back to January of that year. I lost 147 pounds. I was figuring out today. So how much weight have you two guys lost? I'm just curious between the three of us.
I did total this trip around. I did 58 so far, and prior to it 44, so 90 some pounds.
What about you, Mike? How much weight have you lost, Mike?
110.
Okay.
You're in the same, about the same. Yeah.
So between the three of us, we lost 354 pounds.
Good Lord.
We lost 2 people.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I had the calculator up. I wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See,
And
so
if you look, and now my wife, she's done it also, and she's lost 70.
Well,
Marie's down what, 50?
51, yeah, 51, 52 pounds.
51.
Yeah, and my wife doesn't do keto, but she's lost a lot of weight since I started doing this because we're eating a lot more healthier for the two of us. And we just celebrated 42 years of being married this past week. We did splurge a little bit. I went to Applebee's. I got a ribeye steak. It's a broccoli, and I got a half of a thing of potatoes. I did, the mashed potato, and a soda, and it's diet soda, and I was fine with that, But how often can one say you were married 42 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ron,
Grace,
you say you do, pardon me, Tom. You say you do egg wraps? Are you making your own egg life type wraps?
Oh, you mean tonight?
No, Nona Grace in the chat. Nona Grace in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I do make my own on occasion. But when I need to get one of those presses. What do they call that? A tortilla press? And and I was watching Low Carb Lobby make a lot of those, and they look pretty interesting to get one. But here's the deal: I live in an apartment, and I'm running out of room to put all the stuff. and I'm driving my wife crazy because I keep going out and buying stuff, and it just sits in the closet until I'm ready to use it.
Hey, Nance. The funny part. What I was going to say before was to try especially somebody new that's starting. Okay. To turn around and listen to all the gloom and doom about, oh, you can't have this, oh no, you can't have that, start this, start that. I posted in my about I guess a couple days ago. Dr. Ken Berry and Eric Westman, okay, 2 renowned guys known for their either carnivore and also with keto. Yeah. Listen to that podcast. Listen to what they have to say, and I'm telling you what. It would make a big world of difference to everybody about the restrictions.
Bingo.
About the restrictions. Don't restrict. Change. Just change. Okay.
The other thing, like the other day, I went shopping a couple weeks ago with my wife, and I was craving bananas, but I just got one. Yeah. If you want one if you want one, okay. The problem I was finding it for keto, the true keto, really true keto, is that many of the fruits and stuff, even vegetables that we love, that we're told are okay for us on keto, there's too much of a high carb count. Even with the, if you want an orange is okay, but the problem with the orange is got a ton of sugar in it, and that'll spike your insulin way up if you're going to have a lot of those, even one. So I try to avoid a lot of that stuff. But every now and then, if I get a craving, I'll buy one, and I'm satisfied.
Yeah, the natural fructose is what the problem is. Fructose is what the problem is. Basically what it is. So I know for myself, if I walk past a bunch of bananas in the store, I can feel my blood going like this. You know what I mean? So, but there again, that's me. So, like you said before, you do you and I do me, and Mike does him, and stuff like that. But the whole idea, the broader picture is sugar bad, very bad.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
High
it's the devil.
carbohydrates. Very
Very
bad.
bad.
So whatever
So-
it is the three of us are doing, we're all doing it a little bit different, but we're all
Yep.
doing something right because we're still continuing to lose weight.
Yeah.
We're still continuing to get healthy, and that's what it's all about. And on the Keto Rewind, I had a girl. She said she's struggling. She's like almost for 400 pounds, and I'm trying to tell her. I says, weight loss is a process. It's very, you got to be very, very patient. She's struggling like I was at the very beginning. How I lost all my weight besides dieting or the journey, I was walking every day, even if it was only 1 mile. And yeah, I eventually joined the gym, but I eventually found out that I could, whatever I'm doing outside walking, I was happier outside when I am in the gym.
Right.
But
Right.
I average about 3 or 4 miles a day when I'm truly getting on a good groove of walking. Now lately, I tried going walking about a week and a half ago. I wanted to do a 5-mile walk, and my leg gave out on me after 2 miles, and then I realized it's my hip, and now I'm ready for it. So once I get that done rehabbing, then I'm going to go back out and doing 4 or 5 miles a day. That's what the goal is, anyways.
Well, about a year ago, didn't you have hip surgery then too?
Yeah, June 30th, at the end of June, I had total hip replacement on my right side in Boston. This time I'm going to Worcester because it's closer to me, and I don't feel as if I need to go to the biggest city to have my hip done. The doctors in Worcester are just as good, if not better. So yeah, so I'm definitely having it done as soon as I get a surgery date. Now,
So it's the other hip now?
yeah, the left hip. Yeah, they told me before I needed both hips done there, but I wanted to get one done, see how it was going to respond.
Yeah.
And I goes, why did I wait so long? And I was going to have it done back in February, but I said, I will wait a little bit longer. And my wife told me, I think you waited too long. You should have had it done in February. But I'm like any other guy that doesn't listen to their husband, their spouses, their wives, I just, yeah. And then all of a sudden, boom, I need to have it done, So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting done pretty soon. When I go Tuesday, then they'll be calling me up shortly after that for a surgery day. I'm taking the first one available. The sooner I have it done, the sooner I can be on rehab. And rehab takes about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then the healing process of it, and that's all.
So you were talking about making your pizzas in the air fryer.
That's correct.
The tortillas.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try that. However, I'm afraid that tortilla is going to fly all over the air fryer.
Not at all, because you have the weight of the sauce, and you have the weight of the cheese, and
okay.
Then I'm going to be putting some of these little mini pepperonis on there for a topping. I don't know if you've seen these, but you must have seen these before.
Yeah, I've got some in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
I've got some in the fridge.
Even those are great if you're hungry late at night. You just want a little bit for a handheld snack. When I do, I'll cut up a piece of cheese and I'll have a snack once in a while.
Well, I got a video coming out. It's going to be. I've been inspired by your. I got to edit it and post. I videoed it today, yesterday and today. I'm inspired by your chia seed pudding.
Oh yeah, I made that a while back ago. But what I've been doing is I've been going over the old videos and I've been editing them and I've been putting them back up, because I'm looking at the videos. It goes, it's amazing. I got anybody even watch my channel. I was looking at my subscriber count tonight. I'm up to 572. I've been averaging about 10, 15 new subscribers every day. But here's what the deal was. Ever since I changed my name to Ron's Keto Cafe, the other name was like about 9 words, and that was just way too long. So I condensed it down to something a little more personal. And then I'm doing researching on how to, build your subscriber count. Every video that you put up on your channel, you need to put tags underneath your tagline. You know what a tag is? A tag is for the internet search. So when I started doing that this past week, all of a sudden my channel seems to be blowing up, because what the tags are is somebody's typing in, say, motivational weight loss, and all of a sudden my name will come up right below the video, right below the tagline, and the link will automatically go right into my channel when they click it on, and then they look at my channel. It goes, oh wow, he's got a lot of awesome videos. I'm gonna start watching his, and I evolved in a lot of live streams. And that also helps. And there's a guy out there, I don't know if you guys heard of him. He's called Tuba Chat. He does live Tuba Chats where he tries to help people like you and I to increase their count. And that's how I've been getting my count to get up there. But yeah, it's been really great.
Hey, Sana. Hey, Baron.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Sana, what's up, kiddo?
So, yeah, I gotta give that a try now. The video you're gonna get a kick out of the video because I got Paige to do a taste test on that too.
Right.
So Paige has a real big thing on texture of food, and so that video is going to be funny to watch.
So I wanted to show you what else I made. This is the second time I made these. These are lemon cookies. The first one was a lot better in color because I left this in just a little bit too long. But I wanted to try this with a real lemon instead of the fake lemon juice. And
Right.
they still came out good. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to put a glaze on that, a cream cheese glaze, but a little bit of erythritol, the powdered sugar, but I didn't have any cream cheese. So, but they still came out really, really great. And next time I make these on the third batch around, I'm definitely going to buy the yellow food coloring and put it in so they get the authentic lemon look. But they still came out really good. I mean, I'll break one open and show you like that. So they just like a lemon cookie. That's what they are.
Cool.
Hey, good to see you, Belt Luke. Appreciate you stopping in and doing this for me. That's great.
I got that all filmed, by the way. I just got to edit the video and I'll put it up later in the week.
I look forward to seeing that because my wife loves lemon cookies.
Okay.
Oh, lemon cookies is her favorite cookie.
Wow. Yeah. Those are easy. I just can't get over the amount of response that I'm getting with the channel and everything. I've been getting the craving lately again for ice cream. I almost broke down and bought a thing of that Friendly's ice cream, but when I took a look at the back of the ingredients, there's like about 12 ingredients and they're all no good for you. So I said, no, thank you. I'll just make my own.
Well, I went out and you're going to start seeing some videos soon. I went out and I got a deal and a half on a Ninja Creamy.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've already made two, just trying to get used to it. And I made it using some keto chow that I had, and just to see what it would be like. It was really good. My wife loved it. I made it with the chocolate and the snickerdoodle.
Is that machine where you take the cup and you put it in the freezer and you put your?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. You just mix it up, put all your ingredients in there, mix it up, freeze it, then take it out and you put it into creamy, and it'll go down into it like it's got a little thing that goes around and around, and it goes down into it, and then it comes back up and goes down into it, and it just breaks it up, and then
I'd love to make some sherbets, or the orange sherbets and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it'll do that. It'll do it. You can make strawberry sorbet. I got plans for this. I got some more cups on order because it only comes with two. I got a deal. Walmart had a sale on it. This was regularly $180.
Right.
I got it for $140.
Okay.
That's a good deal.
Wow.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Not to cut you up. Are you banging anything on your table? Because I think your table mic might be picking something up.
Oh, I was just playing with the table. I'm sorry.
No, that's I mean,
I have a nervous tick.
No, that's how sensitive.
Cottage cheese and ice cream.
I had no idea. See, normally
try that one.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. They're pretty. That thing was pretty sensitive right there. Hey, listen, if I happen to blank off for a minute, I'm having electrical problems in my place right here. I got my ceiling lights are like flickering on and off, so I got to shut them down. So I had maintenance. They're supposed to be coming sometime. I told them after 5, but
yeah, we'll see. They never listen.
Yeah, exactly. So if I just happen to drop, I'll still be on. But if I happen to drop down, that's why.
They're on the cable TV time. They come when they're damn well ready.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah. So
Mama.
The job thing that I was doing at the store up in Hannaford there, they kept calling me up last week. They wanted me to go back to work, and I don't really know if I want to do this right now, but I worked 4 weeks for them. Anyways, finally got a hold of the supervisor, and they told him what was going on. And he said, I need to step back until I'm 110% ready. I didn't think it was fair for me to go back for 2 weeks and then have hip replacement surgery and be out again for 6 weeks. So he completely understood it. He said, Ryan, the job is always here for you when you want it back. So at least that made me feel good anyways, you know, but the the people in the store up Hannaford's where I was working there were a fantastic group of people, and I never felt more like a family the time I was there. And everybody got along like a peas in a pod over there, and that makes a big difference in the workforce when you're working on a job someplace, And I really enjoyed it while I was there. And I told them I'm going to be a shop, and I'll come in and say hi when I'm there. But right now, I just needed to step back, and I need to worry about myself and my health. I need to get my hip taken care of and my feet taken care of before I could go on and do anything. In fact, I'm giving up all city work after this year. I'm only doing 4 concerts the rest of the year, and that's it. I'm done with the city stuff. I've been doing city stuff since 2012, all volunteer, and it becomes a lot on somebody. After a while, it takes its toll, and I want to concentrate on me and my wife for a change, and that's what it's going to be from now on, and the channel, because I love putting up channels. But I got an idea. What I want to do is I got this in the back of my head. At some point, it's going to become a reality if I live long enough. I want to get a studio style setup like on a QVC or some of those home shoppers networks, where I can have like a dozen cameras all around me, a nice cooking thing, the whole 9 yards, with a nice little couch, with a nice little fireplace, so I can have a session with talking with people, and that would be so awesome. That's what I'm envisioning in the future for me.
Ron's Fireside Chats.
Yeah, there you go. I do like 2 crazy keto on the couch session.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that thing they got? They got something called keto something, where they go on like I think it's a convention they go to. And
KetoCon.
KetoCon. Yeah, you heard some other people talking about that.
And then there's Keto Palooza. KetoCon just finished last week, and it's in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, because I saw 2 crazy ketos were there, and they were doing something in the audience on stage. Yeah.
And then there's also Keto Palooza, which is in, I think, Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And then there's the Keto Expo or something like that that's out in Las Vegas, and that's coming up in end of September.
Okay. Yeah, there's another lady, I forget what her name is, but I've been following her, she has videos in the afternoon, and she does a lot of lives, and she was asking me to come on her video. So the only one that she's got open is in July. So sometime in July, I'm going to pop in and we'll do one of her lives. She's got over 10,000 followers. So that'll be a good public relationship for me. And she said, well, what do you want to talk about? Because she was asking people to come on live. And I said, why don't we just talk about, my spiritual journey, what got me going for the low carb weight loss, and and I talked to her, and I'll interview her, she'll interview me like we're doing. The first few times you guys have gotten together with me, and I think it's really, I think it's really great. It's important to get our stories out, because there's a lot of people out there right now that are struggling, and I just want to let everybody know, the guys and gals out there is hope, but it just can't just give up. I mean, Tom and Mike, and they all know it. We've all had our bad weeks and many bad months. We just, but either one of us have never given up.
Right.
I got up the other morning, did my blood sugar, and almost had a heart attack. 270.
Wow. Okay.
Lance, good to see you.
From 140.
Okay.
Wow. Come to find out, I have a bladder infection. From having bladder cancer all them years, I've developed infections, and this one lasted for a little, not that long, but I'm back on antibiotics again. So
Tom, how did they find out about your blood? Was that all through blood work?
No, actually, I was passing blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, through that was back in 2008, and at that time I had 8 surgeries and 18 tumors taken out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So finally, up until 2021 is when they told me that I was cancer free. But in between that time, trying to get that's why I try to stay away from any kind of preservatives, any kind of food that has a lot of labels, a lot of ingredients.
It's Coke Zero, by the way, not regular Coke.
And all that stuff that's on the back of the ingredients, okay, all affect your gut.
Right.
And that is why I got to be careful. That's why I do clean. I don't, nothing from.
Yeah, you got a whole lot of reasons to do clean.
Oh yeah. That's why I say to people, I say, look, that's fine. You can have that stuff. If you're losing weight, that's fine.
Don't worry about it. It's you. Let it have it.
In the long run, at my age, in the long run, okay, I got to be careful what's coming around the corner. From that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, because there's no full, and I don't like to be the pain in the ass with the keto people and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff these ingredients that they're saying is okay. Okay, there's no studies on it. FDA says, oh, well, it looks good, so go ahead. There's no long-term studies on it. So all these artificial sugars and stuff like that, waiting for the other shoe to drop with them. So that's where I'm at with it. But hey, Mike,
Yo,
I got a video coming up. In fact, I did a short on it. Okay, and it's about a taco. So now Ron uses them tacos.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now I get that same thing from the Mexican store.
Okay.
And it's 7 grams of carbs. So it's a regular one. In fact, I think the Mission ones are good, and I had the other one. I can't guajillos or something. I can't remember what the name of it is. But anyway, I made queso fresco. Okay.
Ooh.
And panela cheese. Okay, it's a little bit more softer than queso fresco, but I fried it.
Oh wow!
Oh,
and then I did a chuck roast. Okay, and I put a little bit of tomato in there, and then I mixed up the roasted red peppers. I did some guajillos and some other peppers, and Marie has some Thai chilies that I put in there. I should have backed off the Thai chili a little bit, but then I made a nice sauce with it. Okay, and I'm telling you what. Them tacos were out of this world. Unbelievable.
Wow.
But the cheese came out really, really good. Really good. So, I mean,
You know, G. Hughes has a sweet and spicy chili sauce.
Yeah, he does.
I have not tried it yet.
Yeah, he does. I have, and on that taco at the end, I sprinkled a little bit of Gator Shake from Uncle Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, they were off the charts. So
now Gator Shake's a hot one, right? That's the hot one that he has, right?
No. That one's it has more of a citrus taste to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the smoke bomb, and the other one I can't. The Texas Red. That's the one.
Okay, I got you.
But it was the cheese. It wasn't stretchy, so it's crumbly. So you cube it, and so it's browning. You flip it around and separate it a little bit, and I put everything back into the cast iron with the meat that was pulled apart. Okay, put that back in, covered it, and then just Mike, I'm telling you, I
bet it was a delicious.
Yeah.
Do you do spicy, Ron?
Not too much spicy. I got problems with acid reflux, so I got to be very, very careful with the acid with reflux. And the other day I drank a late cup of coffee last Friday before I went to the charity last Friday night when he did the bingo last Friday night at about 4:00. It felt like I was having a heart attack. I get that wrenching heartburn, so I got to be very careful with that, So, but most of the time I don't do spicy stuff. That's why you hardly ever see. Like I made a salmon in the air fryer yesterday for my wife. She really loved it, but I took a little bit of paprika on top of the with a garlic onion powder with olive oil, and soy sauce, and that was the marinara sauce that I used. Let that soak in for about 20 minutes, and then I popped it in the air fryer for about 15. And I'm not a salmon eater, but my wife loves salmon, so she ate the whole salmon, and she goes, "I can't believe I ate the whole piece." She really loved it.
Wow.
But I filmed that too. I got a lot of editing to do. But yeah, the other thing too was Sunday I was at the city hall there. We had a Montezuma Corral. They're a great group of people. They did a Christmas concert. And he asked me if I wanted to film it. So I set up a half a dozen cameras, and I still got to edit the video on it. I'm getting tired of it. It's an awful lot. You guys know yourself, just to edit for our channels is a lot of work. Can you imagine doing, half a dozen cameras for a local city and don't get paid for it? I'm just I don't want to do it no more. It's just too much. It's too much. I'd rather go there and enjoy the concert, not film it.
Yeah. You talk about your wife with salmon. My wife's favorite thing is salmon. She'll eat salmon.
Oh, really?
Oh, if it's on the menu, she's getting it. And
See, that's funny because I'll like most fish. I'll eat like haddock fillets, cod. I love scallops. I love clams. I don't like shrimp. I tried shrimp the other day and I go, they couldn't deal with it. But I bought some frozen shrimp And I just got to clean them all up there at some point, and I'll do some of the. I'm going to try 2 different recipes for my wife. I'll do one in the air fryer, and I'll do one in the regular on top of the stove with some type of spinach or maybe a broccoli with a cream cheese type thing.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be real good.
Thanks,
But
Johnny.
hey, appreciate it, Johnny. But she,
John.
it's funny. We'll go into a restaurant, and the waitress, they'll give us the menu, and Paige will say, "Oh, you're gonna have to give me a minute. I got to look at the menu." And I'll say, "Come back in a little while," and she'll order the salmon. And sure enough, she'll look at me and say, "Oh, you don't know that." I said, "Okay, we'll see." and then about 5 minutes, the waitress will come back and she'll say, "Yeah, I'm gonna have the salmon." Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Wow.
I said, "I don't know why you ask her to come back because you always don't get the salmon."
We went last night to a right around the corner from us. It's called the District here, and it's all they have all different restaurants, and it's all patio and stuff like that. So a guy we know that sings, he was at this Italian place last night. So I said, you know what? It's around the corner. Come on, let's go. You know. So we we go to the place. So I'm on antibiotics. So I had a club soda with lime. I already had a drink, and then I said, you know what? Let's try something. So we had some of the calamari. I call it galamad. Everybody else calls it calamari, but it's galamad. Okay, just like rice cauliflower. Mike, come on. Anyway, so
it's not rice.
It's cauliflower. so we had that, and the waiter, or actually the bartender, says to Marie and both of us, "Would you like any dessert?" Okay. So Marie looks at me like, no, we're good. I said, come on, have some. Marie, there's nothing wrong with Marie. Marie can have anything she wants. She don't have to do this keto. She's just doing it to help me. So, and it really doesn't matter because she would just eat anything that I cook. So anyway, so she said, yeah, I'll have some coffee. And she said, real quiet to the bartender, a tiramisu. And then it came out, and I had a little taste of it and stuff like that. But that's where I'm at right now. Not when people say maintenance mode, I'm at the place where you know what, I'm feeling pretty good. So that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like Ron and you were in for the weight loss and stuff. I'm going to get healthy again. I'm going to get my feeling back. You know what I mean? Instead of I don't want to sound like the philosopher, but which I'm not. But I don't like to see older people. Okay, there's a woman around the corner from me, and I don't like picking people out. She's 55 years old and got the walker, the whole 9 yards. And I'm saying,
oh yeah, I see that all the time.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So when I go to bingo on Friday nights, right? I'm a volunteer. I played Friday because I can play anytime I want. But the reason why I don't, it's just too expensive for the both of us. So I'm a worker and a volunteer, right? So I see these. It's like you said, big. I don't say anything. I'd like to go up to them sometimes and say, "Would you like my help?" But you know how much demoralizing that would be to somebody to do that. You have to be in a situation like every one of us was at one point and say, I need help and I got to think about me and get my stuff back in order or there's not going to be another day. And honest to God, if I had not taken my charge of my body when I did, I would not have been around today to talk about it. But when I see a really like a 400-pound lady or a guy even, and we have some of those that play, right? And I'll see their food trays with piles and piles of food. And I goes, then you wonder why you got a weight problem because about it, all of it's carbs and it's processed foods that are no good for you. I don't want to sound like I'm judging because I never judge what other person will eat or whatever, but don't tell me that you're trying to lose weight and then you're eating all that junk because because it's just not going to work,
Yeah.
If you say anything to somebody like that, they look at you like it was a fart in church or something, They stare at you like, well, mind your own business,
I've done that before. Farting in church. Turn around and tell my wife, daughter, how could you do that if you were in church?
Oh yeah, I I have let her go. If you go in public, and I'll look at Paige
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I know.
really? And everybody will look, and she's like, you stop looking at me. You know I didn't do that. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
Oh, back,
funny.
But
yeah, because I know if they, some folks, you go up to them and you try to offer them advice about it, they're gonna tell you real quick where to go.
and see, I'm not in the market for that. I'm not in that
I
business.
ain't
Okay,
either. I ain't either.
I'm in the business because see that sign that says right here, the Keto Show with Tom and Mike. Okay,
Mhm.
it's about how we got to where we're at
Right.
to do that show right here.
And
to
my
do this.
and my channel is your channel, and your channel, Ron. It's out here. You want to do this, you'll go searching, and maybe you'll find it here with us,
Right. Right.
or,
Now
or not with us, with somebody else.
I just started doing some recent lives, and I didn't. Who the heck's going to listen to me? And then I'm talking. It was nobody there. Next thing you know, Mike popped in, and I started talking, and started going on and on and on. You know, but I kind of
we had
like,
a great
kind of
little
really like it.
conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Tom, you should. I don't know if you could, but if YouTube might flag you for that, but I'm not really sure. Depending on how much of a part of it you use. You remember the old Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson? When he used to come on with dun 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 dun. Too bad you're gonna take a little clip of that just before you come on. You know what I'm saying?
I got that on my
Do you?
on my regular videos. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here's
Because
Tommy.
I wouldn't want you to get flagged. You know, because if you know how YouTube go. Some of my friends call it F-tube, and you can use your imagination on the word. But because I know some of them gotten the channels taken down for a couple of negative things, and
It's going to get worse now. It's going to get worse
I
now
know.
because they just switched gears
Yeah, I
on
heard that.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard about this. What was it?
Well, they redid their platforms as far as if in other words, if I take your channel or your email or something like that and post it, okay, I can get flagged for that because it's off platform. They're trying to prevent other people from getting your information. They're trying to prevent. There's people right now that they put in their video, go to at Barn Hollow Hello. Okay, you go on in, it's pornographic. So people are watching the videos, taking them slots and changing things around and putting it back up again. So they're trying to do away with that.
And what I don't like seeing also on YouTube is somebody will steal somebody's video, and they'll take that video and they'll put it down there on a lower screen like it's their video. And then they of course, and they think it's their video, and they're building up a subscriber count just to get money off of YouTube. That's not right. That's stealing.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because you guys, I know you guys and everybody, all those guys and gals out there, they have channels like us. We're working really hard for our channels and try to grow our channel and the people that like to follow us, And I would never do that anyway because that's wrong.
Well, when I first started out, when I when I decided I was going to put content up, I was trying to figure out how to do videos of my own and edit and that kind of stuff. And so while I was doing that, I wanted to have some videos out there. So I went and I researched, and I found out you could take other folks' stuff, and you could that said it was created under Creative Commons and Commons and reuse allowed. And I took, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos, something like that, and I put them up just so I would have content up there for people to look at. But then as soon as I got like 7 or 8 of my own things up there, I took them down. I took them off completely. I lost probably 500 views from those 4 or 5 videos that I put up. And I said, but that was my plan all along. All it was so I could have something out there until I figured out how to do it myself.
Right. You know what I found out that not that I found out, but I've been watching. You see some of the bigger channels. When I say bigger channels, 10,000 or higher, right? They didn't get there overnight. That's number one.
Yep.
Number two, once they get monetized or get sponsored, or also start making money on YouTube, all of a sudden the quality increases on their videos, which is fine. And you want that. You want to do that. But a lot of people that start out, all right, they want to have that same quality like they do, the other person. That's almost impossible.
Yep.
Especially if you're a one-man band trying to do everything. Like me, I lost one camera into the soup. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, I think I had 50.
Melted another one.
This is
Yeah.
what I use for a camera, my mobile phone.
That's my camera right there.
Yeah, no, I got a couple different ones that I'm
Well,
dealing with.
I also have this one over here that I use, and I use this over here too. So you know, I got the best of all worlds.
So I mean, the idea of putting up the content that to satisfy somebody else, and I was told this by a couple people, put the
I would
content
do.
up, put the content up that you want to put out. Okay, that's just like all these TV shows and stuff like that. A cooking show, Alton Brown. In the beginning, he had 3 or 4 different shows before he clicked on the right one. You know what I mean? The science behind it and stuff like that. So,
that doggone Good Eats, it went off like a rocket.
yeah, you know. So if you're trying to portray something that you're really not, you know what I mean? They're going to find you out in a heartbeat. So you got to make the videos of what helped you, how you got to where you're at, and if I can help somebody, go for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Now, when I first started the channel, I didn't even put a lot of videos up as far as the cooking show end of it, because I never knew people would want to know, well, what the heck is Ron eating a week? Why are you going to lose weight? And then I started doing more researching, and I realized that for me that I just needed to get a better tripod. So then I invested into this tripod. It's metal. It's heavy duty. It's been $89 for this, and I bought one of these off of Amazon. Now I also have a 10.5-inch iPad that I bought, and I'm going to be sending out for a bracket for that too, so I can start using my iPad in addition to that. And the reason why I mentioned to you the night, Mike, Mike, I'm sorry, about the video going live. I want to pre-film a video, and then I want to put it up like it's a live video, and
well, they call that a premiere. They call it a premiere.
Yeah,
and I can show you how to do that. It's real. It's not hard.
We'll get together at that at some point there. But I thought that'd be pretty interesting, because here's what the deal is. When I'm filming, I do all my prep in the back, and then I finish it in the front kitchen. And then if I'll move the camera if I'm filming for my channel. But my wife is always screaming at my cat. My cat is right on my feet all the time, and he's I got a lot of noise level with the apartment being the nationality that likes to play the concerts on wheels. You know what I'm talking about. And the noise level here in the apartment and everything is terrible on the noise level over here. That's why I often said, boy, would I like to have that QVC style studio, all soundproof. Don't leave me alone when I'm downstairs filming.
make your video and then do a voiceover.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. That's why I was asking Mike about that, because I'll do a voiceover when I'm like, I get up every morning at 2:30 in the morning religiously, and that's my time. I'll pray for about an hour, and then I'll go right into my my stuff. And that's the time where I can do a nice voiceover, or even go in the car and do a voiceover with the microphone on the camera. It's not a big deal, and to put it all together. What do you guys use for editing software, by the way? I use Adobe Premiere.
I use OpenShot.
I use iMovie.
iMovie. Okay, so you guys, Mike, you got an Apple computer then for that?
I do.
Okay. Yeah,
I am going to switch and go back to DaVinci. I had DaVinci for a while, but my laptop didn't have enough. I guess.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Enough oomph to get it, to get it over the top. So I'm eventually getting another computer, so I'm going to go back to that. This way I can do all the voices, everything. So right now I use 2 different types of audio, to put up with, with everything. It's just
right.
Plus I have my music that I'm doing, so I got to switch everything out and.
Well, the other thing with me too is a lot of people were complaining on my videos that my voice wasn't loud enough, and I'm listening to my audio with no problem. And she's Ron, I turned the volume up and I can't barely hear you, and so then okay, so now my next investment is going to be a wireless transmitter with a microphone. But in the meantime, for the solution, I took an audio track and I doubled the audio track and put 2 audio tracks, one above and one below the video. So now I got 2 audio tracks instead of 1. And I've been noticing it's been making a big difference in my audio sound and how I sound. But again, I never went to culinary school, and I'm learning everything on the fly. and sometimes I'll say teaspoon when I meant to say tablespoon and stuff like that. And the other day I was trying to crack an egg in my Ninja blender, and I went like that, and the egg went down the side. but I missed the inside. I missed the inside of the cup, and it went all the way. What a mess!
When you're mixing stuff into a bowl like that, unless you're accomplished with it, break it in another bowl. Break all your eggs in another bowl,
that's what I did when I made the
and then pour it in this way. You have no mistakes with that. You know what I mean?
And then I've been realizing also cooking, especially now lately, when they say room temperature eggs, it does make a big difference on the room temperature eggs as opposed to a cold egg. You know, because they mix a lot better.
And never separate eggs into what you're going to be cooking in.
Right.
Never do that. Always separate them in a separate bowl.
And then if you're cooking with melted butter, make sure you cool the butter before you add the egg, because otherwise you're going to have scrambled eggs in your
yeah.
So what you
making hollandaise sauce? Make sure you do it.
So how are we going to start this? You want me to start, or you start cooking anything, or?
Oh no, let's just talk about it.
Okay. I got all my ingredients all ready to go.
What was the first thing that you cooked after starting keto?
Oh, the very first recipe I ever made was the 90-second keto bread. A little bit of almond flour, a little bit of butter, and 1 egg, and then a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder, salt and pepper to taste. And I was mixed it all in together, and I stuffed it in the microwave for 90 seconds, and it came out. It came out as round as this because they put it in a ramekin, and then I sliced it in half. And then I toasted it up, and then I put I put tuna on it or something like that. I remember, and that was my very first recipe I ever made. I thought that was pretty funky. I'm here making my first bread.
What was yours, Tom?
No potatoes, no starch, no sugar, and just a regular meal. I mean,
mine was a regular meal too. First thing I did was I just did steak and a salad.
Yeah. See, my channel is all the recipes I had from the restaurant, okay, minus the sugar and the starches and the carbs. That's basically what it is. So I'm taking in the beginning I was taking, how can I make shrimp, with linguine? How can I make that different, without the linguine, or how can I make roast beef without the crazy gravy, with this, with the roux in it, or the flour, or whatever. So that was my challenge. That was my challenge to make sure that I didn't put no sugar, no starches in it. So bacon was completely out. Making bacon breads and stuff like that, because that was my downfall. I was making 2 to 3 doughs a week for pizza and stuff like that.
Right.
Making my homemade breads and rye breads and stuff like that. That was the hardest thing. Matter of fact, that the one first video I did, I'm throwing pizza up in the air. That next week, that was it. I didn't bake any more since that one.
Oh,
yeah.
So Ron, what's your favorite keto meal? That's keto. It has no carbs, no sugar, or no starchy carbs, and no sugar and that kind of stuff.
It's hard to say. Probably pizza is my favorite pizza. The pizza in a mug. I've done that plenty of times, where I've just taken a little bit of almond flour as my base, an egg, mixed it all in together, and the seasonings are standard pizza seasonings, and then I layer the mug like a lasagna with cheese, mozzarella cheese, sauce, cheese, peppers, onions, whatever you want for toppings. Toss that in the microwave for 90 seconds, and you got a pizza in a mug. And it's simple, and so like if it's 5, 6 o'clock at night and you're hungry for a go-to snack, I mean that it's satisfying too, Yeah. And how I get my inspiration from a lot of people is I go on to Guy Fieri. I think that guy's got the best job in the world, going all over the countryside, filming all these restaurants, and sampling all these foods. I don't know. That guy should be weighing about 400 or 500 pounds with all those rich foods that he. And I love those big burgers that he's biting like this, tucking the arms, and but a lot of those foods for us aren't acceptable, but I make them acceptable for me. And I'll go into Rachel Ray and some of her, remember her 30-minute meals that she used to do, and I'll convert a lot of those meals over to low carb. It's very easy to do,
I've done that. Now, Tom, what's your favorite go-to meal? The one you love more than any other meal that falls into the keto style of eating.
You know what, Mike? I'm a big, big meat eater. I'll do steak, burgers, whatever, and I'll just make the alterations. I mean, the chaffle, I think, was the thing that sort of changed me in the beginning. Okay. Because that idea of taking a hamburger, just eating it on a plate, just was boring, or wrapping it in lettuce or something, just didn't seem the same.
You're right.
My daughter brings me over to chaffle maker. What the hell is that thing? I said, I can't eat waffles. Okay. She said, Pop, all you got to do is, she looked this up. She says, you're on YouTube. Look for it. All right.
I bet.
Bingo. That was a game changer. So, your burgers and stuff like that now, and then somebody showed me on one video, showed me about caraway seeds to make freaking rye bread. But
I'm so glad I did that for you. I'm so glad.
But the bottom line is any kind of food right now, beginning with steaks, because that was like the easiest thing to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or, and then pork or ribs and stuff like that. So, like, there again, coming from the culinary world, just chopping out.
Hi, Lindy.
The desserts and chopping out the potatoes and the pastas and stuff like that. So, what are you left with? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
you're talking about the shackles, Tom. So I'm already working on my third shackle maker because I burned out the other two. But anyhow, I bought some ultra thin cheese by Sargento. It's ultra thin. It's perfectly round like this. It's a provolone cheese, and they also make a Swiss cheese like that. What I'll do is I'll take a couple of eggs, crack them in the measuring cup, and whatever you want again for condiments. And then I'll put a slice of that cheese on top, and a little bit of the egg mixture, and then another slice of cheese on top of that, and I'll close the lid, and I got a perfectly awesome sandwich. It comes out golden brown, and I've done it both. I've done it all different ways. I must have made about a couple hundred different varieties of shackles. I kind of probably could spend about a week just making shackles and throwing up some shackle ones every now and then. But I haven't made that one that Steve from Serious Keto made yet. The rye one yet. Yeah, that one there looked pretty interesting. I thought maybe that would be a perfect one to take a little bit of corned beef and add that on there, or the pastrami. I love pastrami too.
His is too intense. Mike's is easy.
Okay.
Mike, what you do is just make a regular chaffle and add caraway seeds to it.
That's it.
It's done.
Or that if you want to cheat, just go buy a loaf of rye bread.
Yeah. So what I did was I won from Chef, Drunken Chef Barbecue. I won a dash, a chaffle maker, but only it's not with the grid in it. It's like just a regular skillet, both sides on a skillet. So now I make, if I feel like I want to have bread, I can make my own bread. Same thing as a chaffle, only it doesn't have the waffle in it.
Yep.
And I'll add some cauliflower into it, diced up cauliflower. Gives that a little bit more texture. I also put some pork rinds in it. So, yeah, I've been around the cooking business for quite a few years.
Oh, yeah, you know exactly what you're doing.
I got my ins and outs with it.
Are you using that recipe that's Little Fish?
Yes.
Marcel came up with?
Yes.
That is so good. That is so good.
I did that. Matter of fact, I did that with, I did a tri-tip, that I did in the oven. In fact, what I did was I browned it on top of the stove and then put it in the oven for just basically to get the inside up to maybe 120, 125 degrees on the inside. Then I put it in the refrigerator, let it sit overnight, and I put it on my slicer and sliced it very thin. And then I took that chaffle, not chaffle make, but it's a chaffle maker, but it's not the waffle. Okay. And I made that cauliflower bread from Little Fish in the Kitchen.
Right.
And I tell you what, Mike, it was, I made it to almost like a Jersey Mike's roast beef sub with that bread.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then with with the homemade mayonnaise and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, my go-to food is to stay away from the food that I'm not supposed to go to. And so, you know what? It's not a challenge anymore. It's just it's getting up and knowing what I got to do. It's just like you go by a stove, you know not to put your hand on that hot burner.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it, you know.
That's it.
Yeah,
We all have our bad days, but you got to get back up on that horse real quick.
Yeah.
And Jason, talking about Jason's nacho chaffle, that is a great name. And I wanted to ask you because it loses the effect in just doing it in the chat in the comments. Hey, if it's nacho cheese, whose cheese is it?
leave that up to Mike. Leave that up to Mike. So the thing of it is that now my comeback now to people is, you can't do that keto stuff or this and that or chaffles. Why not just have a burger? Why? Why just have a burger? Why just have a bun? Try something different. Okay, you might like it. Hey, back in the day, we used to drink regular beer, and now all of a sudden people drink light beer or near beer.
Right.
Near beer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the changes are coming. The changes.
So you can go down I've done the burgers also with just lettuce wraps too, by putting like the romaine lettuce around there. That just as great as biting into that. It does but like you said, have you guys tried using one of those mini pie dash makers?
No.
I have not.
Yeah, I did buy one, and I do use it on occasion. It makes great eggs in under a minute, actually 2 minutes. They get a nice fully cooked egg, and if you want it less time, if you like the yolk, you just take it off less. But it's really easy. You just crack the egg in it, and in less than 3 minutes, you got an egg. You don't have to sit there and flip it and everything. And
see, this is the great thing about what we're doing. Okay, just what we're sitting here talking about right now. Different ideas that people have, different things that bounce off of people and one another. Now, there again, I was in the restaurant business for many years, but that doesn't mean that I don't know more than somebody else. Okay,
right.
I learn from everybody else. I watch other channels and say, maybe you can do that, or maybe we could try this.
I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody that I watch that cooks, I learn something from every video I watch about.
You're
cooking.
damn right.
Every single one.
Yep. You're damn right.
And the ones that are just talking about keto, I learn something from them in every video I watch.
Well, here's the thing about keto. When I'm at the office that I do the elderly guys, and one of my friends, Rocco, he was 87 years old this past week. There, he fell and he
happy birthday, Rocky.
He missed a step and he landed straight on his face. He broke his collarbone, and part of his brain was bleeding. And he's going to be in a hospital for about 6 to 8 weeks. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? And so that's Deborah, Jess's mom from the Keto Rewind. If you're not sure who she is.
Deborah.
Yeah, so she's got an awesome YouTube channel. You might want to check with Deborah to see if Jess might want to come on here some Wednesday night for an interview.
I would love to get on with her. Deborah, you make your own content too? Because I watch Keto Rewind. I've been watching Keto Rewind for years.
Yeah. So, anyways, Rocky had fallen, but prior to that, when I go to the office to tell them I'm on keto, they seem to think that we eat like bacon and pounds of bacon and eggs and all the time. And they just don't get the concept of it, And again, you have to really do your education. And, it's like anything else. You have to plan, prep, and prepare. If you want to have a successful journey. Like if you, especially people, I have a guy that does city. He's a Department of Public Works. He said, "Ron, I don't do keto because I work and I need to eat during my job. Well, you can make meals and bring it with you and eat while you're working. There's no difference in making a peanut butter sandwich and throwing it in the bag with a But I'm just trying to help people, trying to give them ideas on what they could do if they're working in that type of situation, because he's in that front end loader all day driving that thing. I wouldn't want to be driving that thing on that. Let's park at Snubble hide me for Gold Rush. But that's gonna happen.
Ron, what do you think is the most difficult part of what in your cooking? What do you think is the most difficult part?
Keeping my cat away from the counter while I'm cooking. Oh my gosh, I got a little kitten now. He's 12 weeks old now, and He's starting to get on the table. He hasn't figured out how to get on the counter yet. But when I'm cooking, he's right on my feet. And he's driving me absolutely bonkers. That's why I can't prep out in the kitchen now. I prep everything in the back room, and then I'll finish it up in the front room. But that's right now. That's my biggest challenge when I'm cooking is the cat. But other than that, I haven't had too many challenges. Once I figure out what I want to do, the other thing, I always try to have like a notepad. So as I'm doing my recipe, I'll check them off. There was one time I made something and I forgot to put the powdered sugar in. Oh, this one I made an egg loaf. That one of my egg loaves that Deborah really likes. I made this awesome egg loaf and I forgot to put the powder in, but then I added it in afterwards. Again, I didn't have my check mark or something like that. When I used to go to school, I used to struggle. I used to do like a 10-step thing that the teacher gave me, and I used to miss the first two and the last two. And I try to, you know what I'm saying? I try to figure out everything myself without looking at instructions. But other than that, I don't have too many problems filming. At first, when I started filming, it just took me a while to figure out, well, how do I want to film? And then I bought an overhead tripod and all that stuff. I said, hey, look, you could bring 10 cameras out and film concerts at the city hall or down at the local park, but you can't figure out how to film a stupid little recipe how to do eggs on the stove or something like that. But once I figured it out, we get going. I absolutely love it, and I'll try to do like a pilot video first, and then I'll try two or three videos, 2 or 3 times doing the food, and then start filming it and see if I like the video or not. And again, I still have about 200 or 300 videos I haven't yet to post because I never knew if I wanted to post those other videos or not. And now I'm starting to go through some of them and putting them up on the channel and and that sort of thing. But it's been a really incredible experience just helping as many people as I can help out to get healthy. I've been so blessed by you guys and all the gals for Keto Rewind, and the other girl that I follow, Steffi Newman. Now, she's another one from the Incredible Shrinking Steffi. She has a large group of followers. You might want to get a hold of her sometime, but she's a really busy mom with 3 kids. So and she lives up in Maine. Her and I are going to get together one of these times, and I want to actually meet her face to face because she weighed pretty close to 400 pounds when she started with her weight loss. But she did the surgery and then went on weight loss with the keto thing there. And I was going to do that too, the surgery. I had my surgery date all set up and everything. And I said, I backed off and I said, look, I said, I connected my soul and my faith with God. And I said, look, I got to get my straight. And that's trust in my faith. And it's like I told everybody, believe in yourself. Even if you don't believe in God, that's fine. Believe in yourself that you could do it. And if you need help, like with, Keto Rewind support and my Facebook support group runs Keto Cafe. We're all here to help one another. Amen. We're not here, we're not going to criticize you for being overweight. No question. It's too dumb or too small. We all want just people to get healthy. That's all it is. The bottom line is to get healthy. We're coming out of that situation from a couple of years ago, and you have to. It doesn't make any difference. You still need to be healthy. And of course, if you got grandchildren or kids, you want to be there for them and have fun with your kids. Or in my case, my cat.
So I don't want to be around them only when they're begging for money. Other than that, we're good.
So. Yeah,
that's pretty cool, Deborah. I did the egg fast. Yeah, I meant to tell Deborah I did the egg fast that Steffi was putting on a challenge, and I did it. She wanted to do a 3 to 5 day egg fast. I only made it 2 days. I had 17 eggs in 2 days. And by the 3rd day, I got up, and I swear I had feathers growing on the back end of my behind because I couldn't deal with it no more. I was just so sick of eggs. But I ended up losing like 5 pounds. So that was, But I'm not doing no more egg fasts no more. I've done too many of them. Yeah. I only want to eat eggs when I want them, when I'm in the mood for them.
If you're gonna do the egg fast, you need to have a whole lot of recipes.
Yeah,
you change it up. You got to change it up. I did it for 5 days. And I did not have a whole lot of recipes at that time. I do now. So if I ever decide to do it again, I'll be set, But that, man, because at the end of that 5 days, I was like, I don't want to see another egg for a long time.
I says, how many? Yeah, Jimmy Moore, the original inventor of the egg fast, I believe. He's eating eggs 30 days straight, just nothing but eggs. I says, can you imagine? I goes, oh my gosh. I says, I could barely. Yeah, it's like I said, but I am looking. Speaking of eggs, still, Tom, maybe you might be able to do something. I don't know, you might even have something up on your channel. I'm looking to figure out how to do a nice poached egg. I like to have poached eggs once in a while. I know you could put like a little bit of vinegar and water, boil it, and put an egg in it, and just swirl it around like that for a good poached egg. And I got a pan that actually makes 4 poached eggs, but I could never get it right. And I'm watching. Remember Julia Chow? I was kind of watching her do like an eggs Benedict one time, and I wanted to see if I could duplicate that recipe. And my egg came out like.
The fact where people go wrong with making poached eggs is that they get the water to boil, okay, and they leave it on high and then break the eggs into it.
Okay.
You got to shut it back down again and just let it just roll very low.
I tried.
Let it roll.
I tried doing one in the microwave oven. I saw a YouTuber do it, so I put mine in the microwave. About 2 minutes later, boom!
See what they forget to tell you is that some of them are 1,500 watts, some are 720 watts. You know what I mean? That has a lot to do with it, right there.
I've got a video where I did it in the microwave. Came out perfect. Now I have the highest power microwave that you can have, and I want to say. I don't remember how long it was now because I haven't done it that way in quite a while, but it worked perfect. That egg was perfect, and I really, really loved it. And so if you want to see now you may have to adjust time according to what's your power of microwave. Mine's the highest one, whatever that is, that you can get for a household. So
1,500 watts.
According to that YouTuber video that I was watching, I didn't put enough water in it, and I guess I needed to put at least maybe a half an inch of water above the egg itself before I put it in the
you got to have enough. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, the yolk is going to explode.
You got to put the acid in the water also, so the egg will stay afloat.
So you're talking about acid with like apple cider vinegar or something like that?
Yeah, just regular white vinegar is good, or lemon,
or
both. Or both.
But now the one I did in the microwave, I wanted to try and see if you still need. I made them in the pot, and it works so much better.
Thanks, Challenge in Kitchen. You as well.
Take care. I wanted to try it with the one in the microwave to see if you could actually do it without putting the acid in, and I did, and it worked. I got it to work great because I know I've tried it in the pot on the stove, and it does not work great.
Yeah. So and at the restaurant we used to have Sunday brunch. So I mean, we have one guy that's all he did was made poached eggs all day.
Okay.
So the whole idea is the depth of your pot.
Right.
So on your stove. So if you for bigger size, you could probably put 8 eggs at a time in. But at home, your smaller pot, 1 or 2 eggs at a time.
1 or 2 at a time. That's all.
That's all you want to do because you want to pay more attention to that one personal egg right there.
Right. I'm still not talented enough to crack 1 egg with one hand. And my friend Mary was telling me today, her and I went out for coffee together, bought it because she needed to get tires for a car. And she was telling me on those cooking shows, like a lot of them, when you go to like a culinary school, some of them will take about 3 or 4 dozen eggs and they'll keep practicing with 1 egg until they get it right. And I said, I can't afford to go out and buy that many eggs there.
Now you can't.
They're like almost as expensive as a pound of bacon, for crying out loud.
And see, that's the other thing that makes me mad is that the bacon, okay? I'm to the point where all of a sudden now it was 99 cents a pound. We would buy cases of it, okay? And, in the restaurant world, cost nothing, okay? Now, okay, just to get 12 ounces of bacon, all right, you're talking $7, $8.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Yep. So I buy it in bulk. I'll get the ends, what they call the ends. It's 3 pounds. I'll get it for like $6, and I'll cube that up. I mean, for me to make bacon, for by the time I eat anything, I sort of usually between probably 11 and 12, okay? And I'll just have 2 scrambled eggs to start off with, and then I'll start cooking. What I do is, every time I go near the stove, I have my camera with me, okay? Because I never know what I'm going to cook, all right? And you don't want that missed opportunity. Then there's sometimes I like to take the camera and throw it across the friggin' parking lot. You know what I mean? I remember getting to the point where I was going to make a video with no editing. Okay, until now I've been in the kitchen business most of my life, until I reached over, just getting to the end. Okay, let's sit down to eat. And I grabbed the pan with my hand, no pot holder. You son of a no rat. Marie says, I think you're going to have to edit that one out. But practice, man. That's what you got to do. Make it the way you want to make it. You know what I mean? Don't try to mimic somebody else or whatever. Do Ron.
Make it your own.
Do Mike. I do
Right.
me. I mean,
exactly.
And it's.
And
Hey, we got.
and people will say, well, you're copying somebody else's recipe. I don't care. Say it. Whatever. If I just give it my little touch to it, some little something, hey, I've shown you another way of doing it. And
Right.
somebody else can come along and do something better. You were talking about doing voiceovers on the videos. I tried that once, and I sat there and I'm talking, I'm watching myself as I'm looking at it on the computer, and I'm doing the voiceover, and I'm like, and I'm going, what the heck am I doing now? What the heck? Oh, Mike, come on, move it, boy, move it. I didn't put it up. I should have put it up because it would have been funny.
Everybody has their little tick that they have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I when I rewatch a video that I did, and I have to start editing, it's because I'll say, okay, now let's go here. All right, let's go here. Okay, all right, okay. And I'm saying, what the hell you sound? You sound like a parrot, for crying out loud. Polly wants a cracker. So that's the stuff that I have to edit. I mean, that's yeah. But I like watching normal, not professional stuff on YouTube, because that's down to earth to me. That
Right.
person's speaking to me rather than speaking to a sponsor.
So you guys, one time I wanted to get a regular waffle maker, and I know you must use regular waffle makers before. The problem with those is you can't control your heat. So I got the nutty idea of doing a shackle in the waffle maker, and I accidentally opened it up before it was ready, and all I had was the gooey cheese going all over the place, and it went all over the countertop. And I told my wife, and it was filming it, and I said, Donnie, you're not going to believe this mess that I just made. And every other word in my mouth was F this and F that. He goes, well, what else is F and no? And I left. I kept the video, and I use those sections for the outtakes, but I put on the video that there could be language not appropriate. But when I posted it out on Facebook there, one of my friends, Charlotte, the one that she calls on Friday nights, she said she came up to me that Friday and gave me a hug. I goes, what's this for? Because I was having a really bad day till I saw your video, and it really cracked me up. So the Carl, the one that I used to do the video studio with there, he was a director for many, many years at the studio before he retired. He told me, Ron, you should always keep your outtakes, because they're like Blues, Bleeps, and Blunders. Remember the TV show? And they're very, very funny. Maybe you might not want to put them up right away, but you'll have them. You can always get a chuckle out of them.
Yeah.
Mine would be X-rated.
X-rated. That's okay.
They'd throw me right off YouTube.
You could be like Tony Beats and put the asterisks up over there.
Yeah.
Well, I've put up a few outtakes here and there that I could post, because some, like Tom said, they are not suitable for public viewing.
And you know what? You can't take it too seriously, because none of us are professionally trained in this, video making, the whole bit. So yeah, I'm having fun. And when it stops being fun, then I'll stop it. So. Hey, Friday, we're going to have our premiere with Seniors Food and Life.
Okay.
Right.
We're going to do a live, okay? And the lovely Miss Marie is going to join us live.
I watch a lot of these videos afterwards there, because Friday night, Donna, I do the charity on Friday night. I've been doing the charity for the church. I volunteer at the church there now for quite a long time.
Hey, Dustin.
I give back to the community the best I can.
Cool.
Dustin, I reached out to you on a I forget what platform. It might have been Instagram, or who knows, I don't know. But it was seeing if you wanted to come on sometime and just tell your story, because you got an amazing story to tell too. But, so just know I'm gonna reach out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking my subscriber count, 577. I can't get over that. And like I said, Mike remembers when I only had about 10 people.
I do.
Me and Mike,
I've been following you, Ron, since about day one.
Yeah, thank you for that too. Yeah, and I've been following you and Jess. I mean, Deb's still here. Jess from Keto Rewind. When I first started searching keto, and I got a hold of her channel, he goes, "I really fell in love with her family because she was so personal, and the whole family was kind of like doing keto, and I just." That's what really got me going on all this. And then I started researching. I got a hold of Mike's channel, and then eventually Tom's channel, and then Steffi from the Credit Shrinking Steffi. Well, she's like 1 week ahead of me, and so we started our journeys all about the same time. And so I was going back to some of Jess's older videos, and I was okay, so where am I supposed to be at week, say, 140? Okay, well, she's right where I am with my weight. I wanted to see whether or not I'm on track,
Right.
And she's like most of us there. We've had our fair shares of ups and downs, and now we're just trying to get back on track and stay with the course. It's been a really great experience.
I first started following you, Ron, with my channel that I have that's non-content producing.
Yeah.
And I would comment on your stuff, and I was watching it, and I was loving it, and then I was on the fence about starting a channel and doing content, and I wanted to do it, and so it was.
Yeah.
And Alan is one of the big ones that got me off the fence. Him and Matt Troyce. They got me off the fence to do this.
Well, I started out, I was like changing times, and then I went from changing times to Ron's weight loss journey. Then I went from Ron's weight loss journey to loving keto, and then I went from loving keto to Ron's Keto Cafe, and that's where it's going to stay. And I just if you go back to some of my older videos, it really cracks me up. You can see how puffy my face was, and my very first video, I was so nervous talking on the video. And now we're all talking like we're all professionals, and we know what we're talking about when we do talk about low carb weight loss, and we do, And again, I don't refer to this as a diet. I refer to this as a lifestyle change for everybody. It's not a diet. Don't get that word diet out of your brain there, because diet's just going to make you feel like you're depriving yourself of food. And nobody's going to tell me what I can eat, what I can't eat. I eat what I want when I want. But
thanks for dropping in. Bon appetit.
I'm trying to stay on the course now. I'm back to being a good boy again.
There you go.
Yeah. It's just a different way of eating. That's all. I mean,
exactly.
That's it. Once you get used to it, you're good. Well, folks, we try to keep this at an hour, and we're at an hour and 17 minutes. So.
Oh wow.
I wasn't even looking at the time until just now, and I'm like, holy cow.
I didn't think I could talk that long.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. But I would suggest, guys, try to get a hold of Jess from Keto Rewind, and maybe Steffi Newman from the Incredible Shrinking Steffi, and even another girl from Canada if she has time. Her name is Daniela Joy. And
Daniela Joy. I love it.
I mean, they probably would come on and we could all talk together sometime.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I would love to do that. All right, folks. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to end this now.
Okay. Thank you guys for having me again.
Appreciate you coming up here.
Yep.
And so if you hadn't checked out Ron's channel, go to it. Ron's Keto Cafe.
Right.
He's got some great stuff. Man knows what he's doing in the kitchen.
Yeah, and if you guys wanted to know the newer ones that just recently came in, I did the math earlier. Between the three of us, we lost 344 pounds. So I think that's quite remarkable. I think we should all get a thumbs up and a round of applause.
And I think we're close to 222 years old.
Yeah.
Between the three of us.
Well, I'd have to figure out my age in cat life. I don't know. It must be about 180.
You know what? It's all good stuff because we work hard at it. reason why we do this is to tell our story and hope maybe we can help one person.
Right.
And
Right.
and I've met a lot of amazing people. You guys, right there. So, yep, all good stuff.
All righty. Well,
All right, you guys have a good week. Feel free to invite me anytime you want.
Appreciate you coming up.
Like so I know 1 week Tom couldn't have made it. I'm always available, Mike or Tom, if I can't make it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I appreciate you stepping in here today.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
All right.
I really enjoy talking to you guys. You guys have a great night and a great week.
Take care.
Y'all take care. Stick around, Tom.
Yep.
All right. See you later. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ron.